Why do you urinate and you go to the bathroom so much? I just don't understand. For somebody who doesn't sit on the toilet, it just doesn't sit well with me. I don't understand. I at this
I've been messed up, I've been broke down, gotta catch up, gotta shine now.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Everything Mia Sims back again with another video. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of motherhood, the stuff that nobody tells you. So yes, of course everybody knows there's an upside to motherhood, but let's also talk about the downside. And it is okay to not be okay with some things in motherhood. That's just part of who we are. Like, it's fine, we still are human beings. And I feel like a lot of time the generation before us has dehumanized some of the struggles in motherhood. Like, oh, that's something to be expected, or oh, that's what should happen. When it's like, no, we're not. Yeah, so we're just gonna be talking about some of everything. I'm gonna keep it real. You guys already know I'm gonna keep it a bean with you guys. So pros and cons of motherhood, let's get into it. If you're this far into the video, you might as well already hit like, comment, subscribe, join the Go Gang Gang Gang. We lit over here and that's so period says, if you ain't got no goals, set some, achieve some, the time is now. If you needed a message or a memo, it's me. Let's get it done. 2022, we're coming after everything that God has ordained for us, and don't you ever forget it. So yeah, y'all, it's March Madness. We're going ham all March. We only have 3 more days left, y'all. 3 more days. I already told y'all that I'm fighting for my life. But that's cool. Y'all, my kids are screaming so loud. Like, so we're going ham all of March. I'm posting some of everything for some of everyone. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications to be notified when I post new content. You guys don't want to miss out on any of this. So yeah, let's get into the video. Let's talk about the cons first, y'all. I don't know y'all, but let's talk about the cons first, because I feel like naturally we talk about the pros first, but we never really talk about the cons first. So let's talk about the cons first, and then we'll end the video off with the pros. So the cons, the truth about motherhood nobody tells you is mornings. If you are not a morning person before having a child, you're gonna be a morning person now. My first child that I had Kaden at 17. I was not by any means a morning person. I worked late, so I worked at a pizza place, so I got home typically around like 2:30ish in the morning after, you know, cleaning up, closing out, you know, all that good stuff. And I typically wouldn't wake up until 1 o'clock in the afternoon the next day. So, or that same day, I wouldn't wake up until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I was not naturally a morning person. After having kids, you become a morning person. You have to get up, you have to fix yourself something to eat, you have to fix them something to eat. And mainly them, some days just them, because they need to eat first and they take priority over you. So that's the first thing. Mornings, late nights, early mornings, y'all. Number 2, the more kids you have, the more food that is consumed. If you didn't like grocery shopping before, you better like it now, because now you got kids, they're always going to want something to eat. They're going to want to eat chicken nuggets, pizza. And let me just say this. When it comes to an extra chicken nugget, I'm gonna have it. But let's talk about how you cook dinner for them. And sometimes they don't even eat the dinner because they want their kid-friendly foods. Like, so you telling me I just slaved over this pot, whatever's in the crock pot, whatever's on the stove, for you to want pizza and nuggets or fries? I just can't. I can't deal with it. Like, kids just, my kids drive me crazy. And I mean, you know, it is what it is. They can have whatever they want to eat. But it's just the fact that, you know. And then let's not even talk about how sometimes they don't even eat at all. They will snack completely during the day, which my son, Cairo, he's about to be 2 in 2 weeks. That is all Cairo does. Cairo snacks, eats all during the day, and then by 5, 6 o'clock, he does not eat anymore. Like, he will eat a tad bit of his dinner and then it'll be completely done for the rest of the night. So let's talk about how sometimes they don't even want what you cook, and sometimes they don't even eat. All right, so the con number 3 is the more kids you have, the bigger car you need. And I'm not even gonna cap to you guys. When I had Caden, my first son, I got a Jeep just because I looked around so many of his things, like his toys, his little, you know, cars, his car seat. It was a lot. So I had to get a Jeep to accommodate him and all of his needs. And now I have 4 children in total. So imagine how big of a car I need. But that's neither here nor there. I digress. Number 4, let's talk about the scratching. So my oldest is about to be 7, and my youngest is about to be 6 months in 4 more days, I believe. 3 or 4 more days. So yes, let's talk about the scratching, okay? No matter how far I clip those nails down, I clip them and I will keep clipping. I clip them every week, and she's still scratching like a werewolf. Like, why are you scratching me in the face? I should be able to call the police, but it is what it is. They don't accept my calls anymore at this point. It is what it is. I mean, I really don't call the police, y'all, but you get the gist. You're picking up what I'm putting down. The next con is teething. My 6-month-old is teething at this point, and she has become Jack. Like, she's not even, I mean, she's biting people, but like her behavior at this point is like, it's terrible. Like, she needs to be in a cage. Like, no babies were harmed in the making of this video, but I'm just talking just how rabid she is. She's acting like a rabid, wild animal. And then on top of that, she's getting into this thing where like she's scooting with one arm like this, like army crawling on the floor, like, and just she's not even crawling, she's literally dragging her body like Quagmire, or not Quagmire, what am I talking about? But you know what I'm talking about. I don't even watch Family Guy, so why would I even use that reference? But my man's who be in the wheelchair, I don't know his name. I know his name, I don't know. But yes, like him, dragging herself through the house. So this, I don't got time for it. And the next con is diapers. Like, why do I have to buy so many diapers? Why did I just buy diapers a week ago and I have to buy a new pack of diapers? Somebody please explain that to me, because it's very much ghetto and it's not giving. Like, why do you urinate and you go to the bathroom so much? I just don't understand. For somebody who doesn't sit on the toilet, it just doesn't sit well with me. I don't understand. I at this point, I'm going to start potty training the 6-month-old. Just putting her on the toilet and just calling it a happy day. The next con is no sleep. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna say, well, now I'm getting a little bit more sleep, so let me not scare you guys or frighten you guys for watching this video. But now I'm starting to get a little bit more sleep. But in the beginning, just something to take note of or take heed of, you rarely get sleep, especially with having a newborn, just because they're just now getting here. Their sleep schedules are a little bit wacky. Sometimes they get their days and nights mixed up, or they might just be one of those babies who want to sleep all day, and then you're also going through the struggles of integrating your life with the baby, and you're extremely tired as well. Because I'm not going to tell you, I have 4 kids, and I'm not going to tell you the 4th time is any easier than the first, because it's really not, y'all. It never gets easier, or being a parent never gets easier. You just get a little bit more experience and you know how to navigate, but it's never easy. So let me start there by saying that. So even though this was my 4th baby and I knew what to expect, it wasn't any easier. And it's still a challenge, and especially more of a challenge integrating having a newborn with 3 other children. So having to still have the energy to entertain them, talk with them, to still give them love, still give them nurturing, and still also provide milk, you know, just the energy source all through the night, and only sleeping maybe 3 hours at the most with the little one is a lot. And the last time is milk. Okay, so I don't have to buy formula, but let's just talk about how now Kamaya is 6 months old, and I had a whole big old freezer stash, and she's just like, she wants milk every 2 to 3, 4, 5. I can't even say 5. I'm lying when I say 5. She wants milk every 3 to 4 hours. That's a lot. Like, child, I just can't. On top of that, I'm still pumping. So that's a lot. But imagine if you're buying milk. My child drinks like 6 or 7 bottles a day. Like in a 20, wait, let me do the math. Yeah, so she's drinking on the low end 6 bottles, on the high end maybe 8 or 9 bottles a day. So imagine how much money that's going to be if you're buying formula. So that's also a downside or a con of parenting, which people do not talk about, or maybe they do, I don't know. But all I know is I'm tired of pumping. I would feel so much better if she would just latch on. It just would make life so much easier for me. But I produce so much milk that, you know, the babies kind of get choked up a little bit. So my last 3 did not breastfeed at all, but Caden definitely, he pushed through and he latched on. So let's get into the pros. All right, so the pros. Your kids, the love that your kids have for you is unlike any other. It's so amazing. I can't really say that I can explain it. You just have to be a parent to know the love that they have for you. Pro number 2. Like I said, there's no other feeling like being a parent and just feeling like, you know, this was the greatest thing that you could have accomplished in life. And I feel like, you know, of course, like I feel the same way about my marriage, but just having kids and looking like I went through labor just to produce you. Like, I've grown you. I've got to know you. Like, I've grown every limb on your body and you inhabit it inside of me. So it's just like, it's just amazing to see them go from a speck or a grain of rice to being full on human beings. Like, it's just so crazy, y'all. Like, it's just, have you ever just stopped and thought about how crazy that is? Like, literally, they go from little like sperm that you have to see through a microscope to full on like 7, 8, 9 pound children. That is just, it's amazing to me. The next one is the next pro of having children, or the next pro to motherhood, is that it makes you realize your flaws. So sometimes a lot of people are very self-righteous and you really think that your poop doesn't stink, and having children will definitely make you realize that if you are a self-aware person, or if you're somebody who is very observant, having children will definitely make you realize and understand your flaws. And I say this as a pro because we always want to continue to grow and continue to be better people. So this is definitely something that I was like, wow, like that's crazy that having children will make you sit down and self-evaluate, because you don't want to be that person and you change for a greater cause. So that's pro number 3. Pro number 4 is you realize what adulting is. Sometimes a lot of people, you think you're grown, right? You think you're grown as soon as you hit 18, 21, whatever the case may be. But then when you throw children in the mix of that, you really realize what it is to be an adult and how it is that you should move. So for me, I had my first child at 17. So my adjustment to life was just so much different. Like, I've been so serious about the moves that I make. I've been very intentional about the things that I do in my life since I was 17 years old. And I feel like that's a pro to me, just for the simple fact that I had the secret. Not saying that having a baby is a secret sauce, but just for me, because it raised my self-awareness. Is like, okay, I'm really like starting to understand who like it is and what it means to be an adult, and change my whole perspective on the decisions that I make, the way that I respond to things. So I can honestly say having children made me realize what being an adult was. The next pro is joy, like endless joy, guys. Like, having children, being around children, you guys will understand there is never a dull moment. Kids are always doing something, and it's just such a joyous occasion. The next pro is kids are hilarious. Kids in general, but let me tell you here, like, my kids are top tier comedians, and I think that they deserve their own show. Like, that is how hilarious they are. Like, it's crazy. Like, my daughter today, my brother, he's over for the week. He's on spring break, and he was playing some music on his phone, and my daughter was like,
"Hey, Uncle Malik, that's lit."
Like, what do you even know about something being lit? Like, whose man's is this? Like, somebody could get her. Kids are hilarious. Never a dull moment. Will always cheer you up when you're in a bad mood. Like, I can always say that about my kids. My kids are top tier. And the last pro that I have is you really know what it means to have somebody that looks up to you and loves you regardless. The love that your kids have for you is unconditional. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, your kids always have that love for you. Like, literally, you can do no wrong to them and they think you poop butterflies. Like, literally. And it's so crazy, like how innocent they are, and just to see them grow from you know, being babies to, you know, now my oldest is 7 years old. It's just crazy to me. So that is the pros and cons of motherhood, the things that no one talks about. So yeah, y'all, that is it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join the goal. Gang, gang, gang. You live over here, and that's on period. Since if you ain't got no goals, set some, achieve some. The time is now. If you needed a message or a memo, it's me. Let's get it done. 2022, we're coming after everything that God has ordained for us, and don't you ever forget it. So yeah, y'all, March Madness, 31 days, 31 videos, going ham the rest of March. We only have a couple more days left. So don't forget to turn on your post notifications to be notified when I upload a new video, because I'm posting some of everything for some of every one of you guys. Don't want to miss out on this fire content. So I'll see y'all tomorrow with another video.
I've been messed up, I've been broke down, gotta catch up, gotta shine now.